Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, December 3, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, 2025. We'll be having a time for change call tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Sort out and organize and structure the real new financial system, not all this other garbage that's been slopping around out there. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. Focused on your breath rising and falling, still as a statue, relaxed into your body. It may take some time for some people to realize the real power and the playful, soft approach to life. And when they do, they will never go back. And perhaps the best part is that it's very enjoyable to liberate yourself from the serious gremlin energy. Feels like you're getting rid of 250-pound sack on your back, and you sprout wings and you fly. You literally feel like you can fly to the highest peaks in the sky. Everything we've been taught, becoming more apparent, kind of been skewed, to say the least. We've been taught certain things. Of course, we've been taught by others who were taught the same thing, who were taught the same thing, who were taught the same thing, who were taught the same thing. So doesn't it make sense that we really practice over and over and over again pretty much the same thing? To us, it's new. To them, it isn't. They learned it. They left. And so then we take the reins and we do it, and then we leave, and then someone else takes the reins, and then they do it, and then we leave, and they leave. So it's interesting, to say the least, situation that we have on this planet. When you don't use your intuitiveness, your curiosity, you want to find out things. You're just curious. We're all curious. We want to know about ourselves. We want to know about who and what we are in these bodies. And we want to know about life. We want to know what's the best direction for me to take in this life, right? And so we're filled with things, and it isn't really anybody's fault because we're filled with these things that others feel that they were filled with to pass on, right? Obviously, ego mind is involved, because most of us are not in heart mind. And so we kind of progress. It's kind of like going in reverse. We start out as children, full of life, excitement, in most cases, and we're excited about living and enjoying life, playing. Okay? Now, for some reason, we were taught that, okay, that's over. That's over. You're now an adult, and now you must do X, Y, Z. Right? To be an adult, to be accepted in the social structure of the planet. So what we do is we mothball our childlike childhood, curiosity, wanting to have fun, really, we don't have a fear of anything until we pick up those fears. So we're kind of reckless abandon. And we have just a ball. We have friends that no one knows we have, that we create, that we interact with. We do all kinds of things. And then it's over. We're grown up now. We've got to take life seriously. We get a job. We got to earn the right to live on the planet. We have to earn everything. Right? It's true. And this is what we've been taught. Doesn't that seem like we're going in reverse? As children, we go off and we play and we enjoy life. It's fun. We laugh. And then we leave that behind and we become adults and we start to take life so way too seriously. And then we fall into stress, anxiety, frustration, fear, worry. And then that's what we spend the majority of our lives doing. Now, it's not like we do it on purpose, because we don't. It's just what we know. It's how we have been taught. Now, imagine as a child, you're serious. You look at things like you have to earn the right to live on the planet and all these things. And then as you grow into adulthood, the opposite happens. You get childlike. You get curious. You start having fun. You don't take life really seriously at all. Big difference. But it would be interesting, wouldn't it? Many of us don't know how to play. We've atrophied. On many fronts, we've atrophied. We've atrophied on the fact that let's just go have fun. And you'll notice that about 99.9% of the things you worry about never come to be. They never come to be. But we still do it. And that's because of ego mind. Think of one fun thing that you would like to do. What do you need to say no to, so that you can say yes to talking or taking this fun activity? Life is short. We all know that. And it's been said numerous times. So it's like, do not let this one slip on by again. We do that as, oh, yeah, I can get that later. I'll catch that later. We never do, in most cases. So you start having fun with your life and everything you do. And in time, you will discover the most liberating, enlightened consciousness finding its roots in you. It's surprising what can happen in our lives when we start to consciously choose the festive mindset over living in a serious Gremlinville. And when we make fun our number one response in life, okay, the enlightened festive mindset will be following us everywhere. Imagine what your heart will feel like after you have been smiling and laughing for the next 24 hours. Sure, you may get a bellyache from laughing, yet it will be very hard for anyone to bring you down, wouldn't it? By laughing, you are releasing any old serious vibes from your body, which makes it super easy to liberate yourself from the time-bound illusionary prison of the mind. Give your life over to joy and laughter, and you'll begin living in a timeless state of mind where there truly is no pressure on your being at all. Isn't that what we strive for in this life? Isn't it? Maybe we lose sight of the fact. Right? Maybe. Maybe we forget Have you ever had a laughing session, right? Or have you ever just started laughing for no reason whatsoever and you couldn't stop? As we practice prioritizing lightness over seriousness, timelessness over time, and softness over hardness, we will see that no matter how seemingly dramatic our life situation is, we are choosing a higher path. And this lighter, more playful consciousness will allow us to rise above the dense clouds of the political, scheming minds in the world and see light years beyond them all. Nobody on this planet is requiring you to remain trapped in the serious world of limitation, stuckness, and form. You can be sincere in your heart without being serious. You can just acknowledge that seriousness may be very real and true for other people. Have compassion for them. Yet you do not have to buy into their belief. You can choose to remain detached, alive, and free. It's like you go to the pool, you see all these people just swimming and submerged in the pool. You go up, you put your foot in, and go, oh, that feels good. You might sit on the edge, roll your feet around legs, and then leave, right? You're not a part of it. You're outside of it. You choose when to dip your feet into the water. The truth is, and the truth that you are not this body, mind, thoughts, perceptions, or any of these experiences. Who you are is beyond all time, space, and form. You're all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. You're the eternal spiritual essence. Every one of us are, residing in pure consciousness, who is completely unscathed by the apparent harshness of this world. And the more often we can reflect on the truth of who we are, the more fun life naturally becomes. You can give yourself full permission to play, achieve nothing, and just make every moment enjoyable. And when you're in a state of lightness and love, the way you see reality will never, ever be the same. Your every breath becomes a gateway to the divine. With each inhale, you can take in this great non-serious freedom. And when you exhale, you can relax even deeper into a peaceful state of bliss. This simple, open-minded, enlightened breathing technique will expand your heart and soul to an entirely new dimension of consciousness. It will bring out that ultimate lover of life inside you, turn you into a true fun-aholic. When you wake up and experience the truth that you are an infinite being who cannot die, you realize that this life is one wild, exotic game where you create all the rules in it. It's a metaphysical game. And what is metaphysical? Beyond physical. Meta means beyond. Metaphysical game on a spiritual playground where you can explore your soul, enjoy your five senses, and evolve in love. You have already been chosen to play the role of the world's greatest stage performer. So isn't it time to start enjoying the play? It is really not important what the name of this play is, what scene you're in, what stage you're on, what your budget is, or what roles the other actors should be playing. It doesn't even matter what needs to happen for you to win this game or who is laughing last on stage in the end. The most important thing is that you are learning how to see beyond the stage, taking this game less seriously and opening your heart to trusting that everything is perfect as it is right now. I invite you to practice playing the role of the fool on stage so you can step into the enlightened, festive mindset. Release the opinions your mind believes others have about you and really enjoy yourself. Help others laugh about their serious gremlins as well as your own. Practice witnessing each experience you have a puzzle piece that fits perfectly into the infinite game of life. Start with those small perceived nuances like traffic jams, junk mail, missed opportunities as opportunities to let go and realize your infiniteness. And very soon, you'll be able to see how anything you encounter in this life can be enjoyed and celebrated. If you are super challenged with a certain being or situation in your life, this is your week to transcend this block. It's actually quite easy to disarm any apparent negative being or experience. Simply look them in the face with a big smile and overflowing love in the heart and think to yourself, what does my soul need to learn from you? Sit with the question for as long as it takes until you're feeling an expansive light energy inside your heart. Once you get the lesson, your challenge becomes an opportunity for more love. If you cannot find the answer to your situation, imagine how an enlightened, light-hearted being would approach that experience. Ask yourself, like, what would Buddha do? What would Mother Mary, what the saints, whatever. Wait for the answer to come. If you hear nothing, then the answer may simply be to bathe in the sacred silence of pure nothingness and enjoy it. To do this for the next 7 days, adopt the most fun-loving, light-hearted attitude you've ever had in your life. See if you can keep a slight constant smile on your face no matter what is happening around you. Your forehead starts to make serious crease in it, causing your eyebrows to lower and wrinkle. Relax your forehead. Open your eyes. Release the tension. You'll look decades younger by practicing this relaxed face, wrinkle-free technique this week. It's so fun to say goodbye to seriousness and any old serious expressions your voice, body, and face were used to having, especially with certain people. As you reconfigure your face to take on a lighter posture, remember this experiment is not about creating a happier image, being fake, always being happy, or having a stuck plastic grin permanently on. This is all about creating more awareness inside you so that you can transcend the serious gremlin. We simply cannot be serious when we are smiling. It's not possible. So just get in the habit of carrying around a smile instead of should, and liberate yourself, life. Just a little smile, maybe a baby grin, or a tiny glimmer of contentment inside is all it takes. Try it. Try it for the next 7 days. You'll see how amazingly light and free you will feel about everything. And sit down and write out everything that you take seriously in this life. It's an interesting exercise. Write down all of your greatest fears, worries, serious concerns that you have inside. Write out whatever thoughts your mind clings to that won't allow you to sleep at night. Include everything and anything you can possibly think of. Let this be the deepest, most extensive, serious, fearful worry list you can fathom. The secret to this amazing exercise is this. Release the seriousness from your body through your writing. Feel the seriousness behind the thought. Let it flow from your emotions into the pen, through the ink, into the paper. If after 60 minutes you still have a few lingering heavy thoughts in the background, keep writing. Do not stop until you are completely emptied out. How you know you're going to be completely emptied out? Because the mind will keep trying to create just stuff, and you can stop there. And read through the list out loud. And again, as you are reading, feel yourself release the feeling and belief from your body. Liberate yourself from these emotions. Tell yourself you are free from this energy forever after you have read through it. Right? And feel free from each item. Then burn this piece of paper in a very grateful, ceremonious way. The number one rule of the game of life can be, if it's not going to be fun on some level, then don't do it. If it's not going to be fun on some level, why the heck do we do it? And many of us do. Well, I got to do it. Well, you don't act like you're going to do it. I really don't, but I got to do it. See what I mean? Knowing ourselves is absolutely fabulous. Not knowing ourselves, that's a real challenge. It can get real frustrating. But you can see we have thoughts. All of us do. We use the thoughts. Well, a lot of times we'll use the thoughts to do what? To create things. And then when we create things, we say, well, that was okay. I'll try that. That's not bad. Maybe I'll try that. But along the way, somewhere along the way, we get real serious and concerned. You know how many times I have communicated with people, well, let's put it this way, with those who have left the physical form. And it is amazing when I communicate with them, and I ask them, I go, what was it in the life that you just left? Because to them, they just left it. Could have been 5, 10 years ago, but to them, they just left it. What are the things that you wanted to do that you set out to do in the life that you left? And you know what they said? To enjoy it. That's what they didn't do. They got too carried away with things. And carried away with what? Well, physical, material things, life, and instead of you directing life, it directs you. And too much ego mind, too much involving oneself in the worry, stress, fear syndrome of planet Earth that has been engineered on purpose to keep us in an illusion of separation. Why do you believe that this country was called United States? What does that mean to any of us? United. United means that we have come together as one. We unite. Period. And most of us don't know what that really means. Okay? Because everything is always pulling and tugging, stressing and fearing, labeling, judging, misinterpreting, misaligning. Think about it. All the things and all the times that we spend in this life, it just burns up our lives. Yes, we do have fun at times. We do have excitement at times and love and all that. But it's far and few between. It's fleeting. You're in high you're in a high order, a high excitement, enthusiasm, right? 1 minute, next minute, boom, you're down in the dump. Now for you, you've looked at it. You don't really look at it much. You just kind of go along. You just kind of just step along in the whole process. And time goes by. Life goes by. You realize that life's like a flash. Because you get to a certain point in that body and you say to yourself, wow, where did it all go? 1 minute I was here, the next minute, here I am. What the heck happened? How could anything go so fast? Right? This is why you will hear me say this always. Live in the now. Always live in the now. Now, what pulls us out of the now is what? Yesterday and tomorrow. The ego mind. The ego mind. Yesterday and tomorrow. Most of the people on this planet live in yesterday and tomorrow. They very rarely do they spend any time in the now. They're too busy rushing from 1 minute to the next, hour to hour, day to day, week to week, month to month, year to year. Most of us are projecting a month from now what's going to happen. Or what are we going to do? Or how is this going to be? And when you focus on the now and you begin to live in the now, I've had so many people in conversations through the years say, you know, what are your plans for next week or this weekend? And it happens to be Monday of that week, right? What are your plans for this weekend? I don't have any plans. Why not? Because I live in the now. I savor every moment of this life. I live in the now. Period. And so, you know, you get a lot of responses. You know, some people look and they go, oh, okay, that's different. And you have other people saying, you know, I've decided to go that route too. Not as easy as I thought it would be, but I'm still moving towards it. I really don't care to be immersed in ego mind anymore. I've heard people say that. Not a negative, you know. It's not vindictive. It's not revengeful. It's lovingly, just I don't really care to be in ego mind anymore. I want to be in heart mind. I want to be with the God that I am. I've been too long without the God that I am. Okay. And then we begin, you know, and then you begin to realize, oh, it isn't describable. There's not a word in the language of this planet that can describe it. That's why I use the word magna glorious. It's off the charts. This life is off the charts. And to savor it every moment, to savor every single moment of this life. No matter what's going on around you, what's going on inside of you, what people are saying, what people are doing, what things and events are happening, period, blah, 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 blah. It's what you're focused on for the life that you want to live. And knowing through great trust, confidence and faith in yourself and this universe that you'll live that life. Period. And it has nothing to do with anyone else or any circumstance or situation. You're the one that creates, period. That's it. And the life that you want to live, you will create it, and you'll live it. Now, if the life is a real garbage dump, then you realize that you've created it. And there's no such thing as being late or too late. You just say, you know what? I've decided not to do it this way anymore. I'm going to do it this way. And you make that decision, and you go for it. You don't try. You just do it. And you'll be blown away on what happens as things move along. And it's like the number one rule of this game of life can be, if it's not going to be fun on some level, then don't do it. Doesn't have to be, clownish, but you know what I mean. if it's not going to be fun on some level, then just don't do it. Just, we aren't here to get all tied up in ego-minded stuff. We're here to enjoy our life through heart, mind, and be at peace with ourselves and deep eternal love with the God that we are. Join you in a meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through your nose and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body, focused on your breath rising and falling. Release the ego's need to be right, just for today. Release your need to be right about your personal beliefs, positions, and precious opinions. Let go of being so defensive about anything. Is being righteous really worth it? These attachments will only cause you more suffering. Drop into your heart. Feel an openness inside you. Your heart is the gateway to merge with your true spiritual essence, which is always at peace with everyone and everything. Remember, everybody around you is so deeply, eternally loved to be in your divine, egoless presence. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We'll return here tonight after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue my Time for Change call. And Thursday, December 4, 2025, to continue Global Guided Meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart and allow the bliss, the joy, the peace, the prosperity, tranquility, happiness, deep eternal love to come flowing in.